Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Manchester United Arsenal Show. Mandem United podcast meets the Gunner Talk from the Arsenal podcast. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United or Arsenal related. Of course, the main topic of this show is going to be about Arsenal losing in the first leg, 1-0, round of 16. To Porto. So can they overcome the deficit? Can they win in the second leg? Also with Manchester United, as always, there's news with us. Thomas Tuchel reportedly interested in the Manchester United job. On top of that, Jim Ratcliffe did an interview with the BBC as well. Bear with me, people. 1 second. Bear with me. Apologies, people. Important call there. My bad, my bad. That's what the singing was. But we're back, people. This is Sarcasm City TV. Like I said, Jim Ratcliffe did an interview with the BBC. He was talking about knocking Manchester City off their perch. Also, on top of that, he mentioned in regards to United having to catch Manchester City, and it's not just throwing money at the situation as well, plus more. I'm sure you lot will have plenty of questions in regards to Manchester United and Arsenal. And we, of course, we got Tony in the building. My done. Yes, Tony, what are you telling me?
Big ups, everyone. Yeah. See ya, guys. Back at Sarcasm TV for my own shift with my brother, my G. That's me, flawless, man. See, man. I've seen you've been acting a little bit squeaky online, yeah, a little bit shameless online, man.
Only a little bit.
I saw that little thing you posted about Arsenal, man.
Hey, Tony, give me more credit than that. It's more than a little bit.
That was shameless, man.
Yeah, there we go. It was big shameless, man. Not little shameless, big shameless, Tony. Big shameless.
That was shameless, man. Putting the little picture. Guys, in case you don't know, after that Arsenal loss against Porto, my brother down here, that's me, flawless, posted that picture with Odegaard with a camera, when the West Ham fans were leaving the stadium. It hurt me, it hurt me. It took me back home, and it pierced my heart. But still, man, I'm on the show. I show up anytime, win, lose. I always show up.
Yeah, that's why you're here, because I know you. I that's why if I thought you was one of those runners, I wouldn't have you here. That's one thing I respect about you. Win, lose, or draw, you're always here. And that's with everybody on the channel. I don't respect people who, when their team loses, don't want to show up. Like, nah, man, like, it's going to happen. Your team going to take L's. But yeah, I had a ball. Arsenal lost. And just to clarify, that picture wasn't from me. I seen the big shout out to everyone on Big Six. They posted it. I think it was Skull Fuggery who posted it. That's what it was. He posted it. That's what it is. But big up to AJB.
No, bro. No, you have to you have to own it, bro. That was on your profile. Come on, man.
Yeah, I reposted it 100%. Yes. Of course.
Exactly, bro.
Of course.
The things called bro. It was on your profile, man. But again, man, we deserve it. But we'll get into that later on, man. See ya, guys. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Me and That's Me Flawless are in the house,
Yes.
We're keeping it real down here.
And also,
man.
People, we gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? And we got a better roster than Arsenal people right here. Arteta could learn a thing or two from me, bringing people into the game who are actually going to change the game. Any addition I make to the channel, apart from Ryan, is actually a valued asset, and I'm not afraid to. Everyone's a starter here. Man, like TJ Warren is in the building. Yes, TJ, what are you telling me, man? You good?
Sorry, I'm late. Work's been absolutely crazy today, but you know what? There's nothing work could do to me that was more painful than what Arsenal did to me yesterday. So,
let's start there. Let's do TJ. Let's go there. I'm still here. I'm listening. Go on. I'm listening. Go on. Kick it off.
I am fuming. First of all, good to see you, Tony. Good to see everybody in the chat. I am fuming, man. I have not seen that was easily Arsenal's worst performance of the season. And just win, Tony. Just win, chat. They give me a reason to talk with some chest, right? To walk a little taller, to have a little bit of a strut, right? They kick me in the nuts and send me the other way. You know what I mean? These guys.
Yeah, man.
And I don't know what needs to change. And maybe we can talk about that. I have a few opinions, but that performance, if you're trying to convince a fan base that you have crossed the threshold, you are ready to take that next step to excellence. You are ready to compete with the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. You're ready to go out there and be Inter Milan, be AC Milan in Europe, be Porto in Europe. Get some European heritage. And what do? You don't put a shot on target, and you concede in injury time to the third place in the Portuguese league, Porto. Let's just go through some of the things that I noticed, Tony, and maybe you can correct me as we go along. But we couldn't string two passes together. We might have balanced. We might have advanced the ball, possession FC. But when it came down to it in the final third, when it came down to it in the box, we were absolutely soft. SAWFT, soft. Shout out Enzo Amore. We are absolutely shit in Europe, and it is absolutely unexplainable to me. It seems like whenever we leave England, we just forget how to play. It's absolutely incredible to me. Another stinker from our captain, Martin Odegaard. When it matters, he just doesn't show up. Hey, Burnley? Oh, yeah, I'm going to clean up. West Ham? Cleaning up. You know what I mean? We're going to...
Sure.
Bukayo Saka. What? Starboy? Starboy didn't show up. That shooting star shot into a black hole. Trossard? Ineffective. Like the only one that looked like he could have scored. And here's my frustration with this whole thing. And then I want to talk to Tony about this. I went on my channel on Tuesday and said and justified why I don't think this manager is the answer long term. So far, and he's had 4 years to make an impact, win trophies, and I don't count community shields, win trophies, and really make an impact on this squad. He had a chance yesterday to put out attacking subs that may be actually able to generate something. You know what he did, Tony? He subbed off the one guy that looked like he could score, actually put shots somewhere close to the net, put Kai Havertz in the middle, and put Jorginho in a double pivot 6. Effectively waving the white flag and saying, you know what? We're not going to worry about scoring in Porto. We don't like scoring in Portugal. Like, who needs to score in Portugal? We're going to try to stink out a freaking 0-0 draw and go back to the Emirates and finish it off. How is that inspiring? How is that supposed to be? How is that supposed to convince me that this guy is the answer? I expected us to go in there and get a 2-1 minimum. And we couldn't get a shot on target. It was embarrassing, Tony. And you know, I'm supposed to believe that this guy is the guy to take us to the next level. I'm embarrassed, man. I'm absolutely embarrassed. How about you?
See, man, TJ, I should give that to you, man. You know, you've just definitely you talking about it and taking us through an analysis through your emotional stance towards that matchup. Pretty much sums up everything. It pretty much sums up everything. Oh my God, Strasbourg Steve in the chat. Come on, man, relax, bro. We're meeting you this Saturday. Relax, my brother, man. Relax, man. And then we'll talk about that later on anyway. But see, back. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Sheet TV, AJ, Bat. Big up to you, man. Warrior J, Nothing 3. Shout out to everyone in the chat here. Cam ODS. Big ups to you. That's under OG. Yeah. Big ups to you, man. See, TJ. Yeah, that was a shocking performance, man. You know, I was having my watch along, yesterday. Me and Wolfang Division, you know, my fellow brothers, Lawn Tech TV. Yeah. And after the matchup, man, was just weak. Like it took a toll, man. I just felt drowned, you know. See, this is where it's the manager. Let's be very frank. Like, I don't have to blame Trossard. I don't have to blame Bukayo Saka. I don't have to blame Saliba. I don't have to blame Martinelli. It's the manager. See, this stems from the tactical prowess, of most managers in European football. You know, these European managers on the big stage in the Champions League, they run through different tactical changes, they switch up quite quickly. Do you know what they did? See, the tactics, for FC Porto was simple. Stifle the Arsenal midfield. Mind you, they played with two defensive midfielders, you know, on the pitch. Mind you, they put Varela on one hand, on the left-hand side, and they also put Nico on the right-hand side. So they choked up that midfield. Yeah, sure. They choked up that midfield, made Arsenal look, you know, funny at the back, because the only way Arsenal could actually progress the ball was through the midfield, and they had two midfielders choking that midfield. It was completely blocked, you know. And again, this Porto manager, TJ, you have to give him his flowers, He actually allowed Arsenal to just have the possession. I don't really care about the possession. Actually, he had at home.
Fact.
Yeah, he just had about, I think, was it not 39% of the ball possession? Yeah, he allowed Arsenal roll with the possession. But when it came to stifling Arsenal's attack, choking the midfield, truncating the free-flowing fluidity in which Arsenal, you know, I've always been playing in a very fluid manner. If you check our game against Burnley and also check our matchup against West Ham, that free-flowing football was there. We're progressing the ball quite faster, And mind you, this team don't really have the kind of resources that Porto have, you know. So at the end of the day, we just saw this Porto team that just wanted to stifle Arsenal's attack. They were quite okay not having the ball. And, you know, they had the best chances in the game, particularly William Saliba rose at times. I can just kind of see a little bit of the fatigue setting in for William Saliba. And in the set piece, these guys, from the onset, from the get-go, they knew how to truncate every... See, Arsenal is the best team in terms of using setbacks, center
backs and set
talking
pieces.
Of maybe corner kicks and free kicks or whatever. You know, set pieces. Sorry, to kind of like score goals this season. We're the highest in the league, and we went on to Porto and we couldn't get a shot on target. TJ, how is that satisfying? Apart from that, Trossard, you know, had a couple of chances, skied the ball away.
Skied him.
Bukayo Saka couldn't beat his man. Definitely was being doubled up on. Martinelli. See, Arsenal's attack thrives on Gabriel Martinelli hogging the touchline and actually applying his fast pace, bottling speed towards the wide areas, exploiting what through the width. But nothing like that quite happened for him. It was outmarked by by Pepe. Unfortunately, that guy is turning 41.
Yeah.
By Monday. Let that sink
Dude,
in,
we got a guy that's like he's halfway into the retirement home, and we made him look like we made him
look like prime, like prime co-star. Yeah, like prime co-star. It was shocking, man. It was horrible. Yeah, they just had a few day. You can have the ball, but at the end of the day, we'll know what we'll do with the ball. Yeah, the second leg. I know we'll talk about that later on. We could talk about what will happen about that second leg. But again, man, abysmal performance. And again, see, this will shock you, TJ, with some of the stats I have down here. Yeah, they relegated Arsenal to a 0.53 expected goal margin, man. It's shocking. Shocking. This is coming from a team that has 11 goals in 2 games, 21 goals in 5 games. Yeah, no shots on goal. It's not satisfying in any way. Mind you, TJ, if Arsenal lost yesterday, and since we lost yesterday, if we go out after the second leg, if we go out, this will make it 14 times consecutively that Arsenal will be dumped out of the last 16. That's how mad this is. Do you know what? Yeah, this should tell you what I would say now. This should tell you the tactics of this manager and how Mikel Arteta hasn't really adapted to European football, per se.
Do you think? Can I ask you a question, Tony?
That ball was in play. Sorry, TJ. That ball was in play for just 50 minutes in the whole game. The ball was in play for just 50 minutes. European managers know how to tactically outmark English teams and stifle your gameplay. Of course, the manager knew that Arsenal thrives on fluid passes, the progression of the ball quite quickly. Just truncate those passes. And see, TJ, remember, when we're taking those set pieces, if you quite remember, there was literal chaos in the 18-yard box. It's either 1 or 2 Porto players are falling down, like 2, 3 at every instant. Maybe 2 or 3 were always falling down. It's a tactical approach. Break down Arsenal. Make sure they don't string 2 passes together. Break them down. See, TJ, Kai Havertz was our most experienced player in the Champions League. He's the only player in Arsenal, at least yesterday, that has actually experienced a quarter-final per se, in that Arsenal team. So, of course, Mikel Arteta in his pre-match presser was talking about the lack of experience in this Arsenal team, which leaves us with only Kai Havertz having the experience in at least the quarterfinal of the Champions League. And but he bought these players. You never brought experience in.
Would you have changed the starting 11 at all?
Yeah, I would have.
How would you have changed it?
Kai Havertz. I would have brought in that tactical approach that helped us in that Liverpool matchup. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would have substituted Kai Havertz and put in Jorginho, stifle the attack. Because they put two defensive midfielders in the middle of the park. Nico was there, Varela was there. They choked it. So why not just make it a battle of the defensive midfielders? Yeah, leave it out in the open. Let's choke it up and make sure you put Trossard up top, flying as our number 9. Playing him to the midfield doesn't make any sense at all. We all know that he has been scoring goals as a number 9, at least in the last 3, 4, 5 matches. So why aren't we putting him in that number 9 position? So I don't know. Kai Havertz wasn't the worst player on the pitch, but man, it was bad all around, man.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. Yeah, I mean, I think, and I said this already. Yeah, and I think I said this already, and big up to everybody in the chat. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Make sure that you're subscribing. Of course, shameless plug. Subscribe to Tony Claude Gunner TV. Subscribe to me, TJ Warren TV right now, people. We see the ops are in the chat. We see you guys here to do the Macarena on our graves here, but we'll be back. It's just we got to hang our heads after that one. But no, I think that playing a double pivot against these guys would have been a little bit too negative, because it's not like they're necessarily, they did get their chances. I mean, geez, that one that rattled off the woodwork in the first half. You want to talk about squeaky bum time? That was pretty awful. These guys are taking literal days off my life at this point. But I think it would have been a little negative. Like, the players have to hold a little bit of the blame here, because while I can blame Arteta for subbing off our only scoring threat, you got to look at the fact that that starting 11 has scored 21 goals in 4 games.
In 5 games.
And in 5 games, sorry, yeah, you're right. And they just had a horrible day. The players had a horrible day. Couldn't string 2 passes together. Kai Havertz, man, like, I'm okay with him starting because I think he's a body a lot of the time. He takes up a lot of space, gets in there, gets stuck in. But man, Tony, when I tell you that this guy has cement boots, his first touch is genuinely awful. Like, I don't know where this guy learned how to do his full touch, but he needs to go back to the training ground and work on it, because it seems like whenever he gets the ball passed to him, it just bounces right off of him and goes 5 feet in front of him or behind him. Like, this guy is not the levels to be an Arsenal starter. Like, I would say, okay, maybe if we need a replacement number 9, he can go in there, he can take up space, maybe be just a physical presence there. But in terms of being of helping the offense, like, unless he's playing Burnley, man, he isn't doing anything. Like, it was actually really, really discouraging to watch him play yesterday. I mean, and I'm not.
Do you mean Kai Havertz?
Yeah, I'm talking about Kai Havertz. Yeah.
But again, you have to blame the manager. It's the manager.
I mean, I'm not defending the manager, but the players. Would you agree that the players have to hold some of the blame too, just because the play was absolutely awful?
Yeah.
Couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat.
Again, it's the manager. He's the one that set this team up. He's the one that put Kai Havertz in that same position. He's the one that is not putting Trossard where he's more effective in that number 9 position. Or even if you don't want to go with Trossard in that number 9 position solely, where was the interchangeability? Where was the interplay? We've always seen them, share that burden of that number 9. We've seen Kai Havertz share that spot with Trossard in at least our last 3 games. They've always shared that spot. It's either, Trossard is making those dip runs from a midfield dashing into the 18-yard box, or sometimes you just simply see Kai Havertz, in that number 9 slot. The interchangeability wasn't there, and just because they choked the midfield, our fluidity was truncated. Martin Odegaard had to go back. He had to play more deeper in order to get the ball a little bit more forward. So he's playing deeper. Our midfielders are playing deeper. No one is progressing the ball. And then our forward players and attackers are completely isolated. There was a complete isolation from our attacking players, from our midfielders and creators. They picked our creators one by one. And trust me, when you pick Martin Odegaard and truncate his movement, that's the kind of stinkers that come out from Arsenal.
Yeah,
the thing there, TJ, is we have any other creative midfielder down there to help us? No. We had someone on the bench who actually came to his former club. Please, why didn't you even bring Fabio Vieira? Let's see him. At least he will be playing against his old football club. There might be that fire, there might be that zeal to perform. Nothing. Emile Smith-Rowe was also on that bench. Why didn't he come in quite early, to at least get something going on? Mikel Arteta, under 70 minutes, he made only 1 change. Shocking.
You don't trust them, man, Tony. You don't trust them, man. You don't trust them, man. That's why he didn't bring on Smith-Rowe.
No, I don't. I think Fabio Vieira is just coming off an injury. I don't think this is the game for him to be starting personally. That's all.
But he has been playing on grass. CTJ, do you remember I argued this thing with you guys? You guys shot me down the other day about this Thomas Partey argument. Yeah.
Wait, what did we shut you down on? Who's weak?
Okay?
Wait.
No, this was about 3 weeks ago. We argued about Thomas Partey. I was telling you guys that.
No, jog everyone's memory. Go on. What was the conversation?
Involved in this thing. That's why Thomas Partey isn't coming in. That guy's been okay. Why isn't that guy playing? Why isn't he playing?
I think
saying he's injured.
I think it's Arteta, man. I think it's Arteta. I think that's why he didn't make changes, because he don't trust
I said it here. I was shut down. No one believed me. But that guy has been playing on grass. Cameras have been capturing that guy every goddamn time in training. and he's not playing. And we're paying this guy, bunch of money. Why? This is one of the highest earners in this football club.
Yeah.
And when we need them in a Stadio da Drago, this is where you need your big time players, and just nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Yeah. See, TJ, how about that stinker from David Raya? Let's talk about it.
Hey, before you do that, Tony, hold that thought. Tony, hold that thought. 1 second. Hold that thought. We gonna get there. Big up to Eric for the super chat. Much appreciate Eric. He says AFC. You couldn't be
big up to Eric. Big up to Eric.
Big up to him in the Europa League.
You, man.
Big up to him. He says AFC. You couldn't beat Sporting in the Europa League. Stay humble. Hey, big up to you, Eric. Every single time. Apologies, people. I me not being here during the start of the show, but I know I was listening in. I know that Tony and TJ are gonna hold it down, and trust me, I did want to be, but hey, this is what happens when you're a good friend, people. But run up the likes anyway. Run up the likes. Make sure you share this across all of the socials as well, and make sure you subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. Want to make sure your question gets answered. Super chat if you want to make sure your comment gets read out. You might just have some Arsenal slander, wherever the case may be. Big up to Eric as well. And I did hear TJ and Tony speaking about like the loss away to Porto as well. But Tony, you mentioned it. Rayo for the goal. Talk to us. Thoughts?
TJ, I would like you to take a lead on this one, man.
Okay.
See, let's chop it up, man. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about
okay,
it.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, Tony. Here's the thing, Tony. Is I have been backing this guy incessantly. And I've been backing his stats, his clean sheets. But you know what? When we need him to be in the right place at the right time, he is way too far out of his box and he's jumping early. Oh my days. What a shot. What a shot. You got to admit, what a shot. But I think he jumped a little early. I think his positioning could have been a lot better. There were so many things wrong with what we were doing in the final minutes of that game that I have trouble just blaming Raya. Like, yeah, Raya had a problem there. Obviously, there were things that Raya could have done better. But you know what our back line could have done better, Tony? Maybe hoof it completely out.
Close
like, I don't know why we're just putting these little, sorry, I'm going to say it, pussy kicks just barely out of the freaking 33% or final third of the field. We couldn't get it over the halfway line. These are professional footballers, and they're just like, oh, no, that's enough. It's like, really? We are trying to kill this game. We are trying to get out of Portugal with a draw, with something to take back to the Emirates. But nope. We couldn't do it. Friggin' Saliba's back there. Rice is back there. Jorginho's back there. Gabriel is back there. Nobody could hoof it out. Ben White, stinker as well. Couldn't hoof it out.
Gives up the ball. He gives the ball.
Literally.
Hold it in possession. Hold the ball in possession.
Sorry, Palo, that was inappropriate. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to anyone who felt offended by that. I'm very, very sorry about that.
TJ, your Arsenal fans, man. TJ, firstly, but we understand that you lot are under stress, so it's all right. Pels will get it. It's all right. Shout out to Pels every single time. But yeah, that Ray position for that goal.
Felt, Pelu, I'm sorry about that. I just saw your comment. I'm sorry about that.
I apologize. That, all right. We don't need to make the Ryan act about it. Okay, she's good. She knows.
She's not new here. Pels knows what it is. Not new here whatsoever.
I was just waiting for the banner. All right, go ahead, Tony. Sorry, what did you think?
See, where it all started from, was with Martinelli. You got the ball, and then you playing a crossfield pass to the opponent. What happened to keep the ball in possession? What happened to get the ball out of play, like just out of play, so that at least the players will have a reshape. Arsenal players will mark their men. You just played a crossfield pass back to a Porto player. Like, it doesn't make sense. And again, these are the penultimate minutes, where you do need experience to shine. And see, clearly it shows that we lack the experience, at this level. It's clear to see. We lack the experience. And see, there's a problem, when Kai Havertz is your most experienced player in that team to play in Europe?
Jeez, he was, wasn't he? That's crazy. He
What are
was.
you saying? He's
That's a
the
great
only
point, Tony.
Arsenal player donning the Arsenal shirt that has been to a quarterfinal.
That's mad.
Fact. Exactly.
That's
No
mad
other
when you put it
Arsenal
like
player
that.
has played in the final, in any final, should it be quarterfinal, semi-final in Europe?
Yeah, it's only Jorginho. That's it. He's the only other one. Yeah. It's only Jorginho. He's the only other one.
Yep.
Exactly. So at this level, you do need experience. You do need okay, where was our captain? And this is the problem, yeah. You do need your captain, yeah, to at least back out orders, shout out orders. Hey, hold the fort, keep the shape. Where was Odegaard? And this is the problem I have with Martin Odegaard being the captain of this football club. He's not vocal enough. Where is the talk? Where is the camaraderie? Where is the positivity? Where is holding the fort? Where is the brotherhood? I didn't see it. And this stems from the manager. But again, man, let's wait till that second leg, man. That'll be a tasty one. It will be a very, very tasty one, man. Very, very tasty one. I hope they fix up. And TJ, see, we cannot extricate the fact, that William Saliba looked drained yesterday, man. I was just looking at, because I'm this kind of guy that always try to, I try to see beneath the ordinary, that he looks drained, he looks tired. Don't you think him playing almost all the whole matches this season is taking its toll?
We don't have any other options.
Even when he was running, it looked like it was limping.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about Saliba, right?
Yeah, Saliba, yeah. He looked
drained. No, I think that
from Porto, he was static. It was just moping. Like he wasn't there.
Well, he's gonna play in every single game, Tony, because we don't have anybody better. Like, would you want to see Cedric the Entertainer or Kiwior in that position? I wouldn't. Like it's one of those things where, man, we've buried ourselves, and this is why we were crying out for another center back for throughout the last 12 months we've been looking at, because we are so dependent on the same people over and over and over again. And while I'm glad we shipped out Rob Holding, who can't even get a start at Crystal Palace, we are drastically short on the back line in terms of depth. We didn't fix we fixed the bench. We didn't fix anything. So we can complain about Saliba. Oh, Saliba might have lost a step. He might be he might be tired. I'd be tired after playing every single game. As well. I don't even think there's a game he sat out. I don't even think he sat out any of the cup matches either. So I would be tired as well. But Tony, who else can we put there, man? We have no choice.
We have no choice. Pelu said something down here. She was talking about, I'm assuming Pelu is a lady. She was talking about these are the games that would miss Zinchenko and Gabriel Jesus. And absolutely correct, yeah. But again, I had a problem.
Injured, right?
I had a problem. Yeah, that chart, yeah. Again, I have a problem with Jesus just coming back into the team. I just feel it's a little bit early, Pelu. Because I want every member of this team to come into this team via merit, not because you're Gabriel Jesus, and you're the manager's favorite, because Trossard have been scoring goals, so it will feel bad. It won't be so fair if Gabriel Jesus just comes in from injury and just gets onto that space from Trossard. I want it to be, he's coming in via merit, comes in a couple of times via the bench, show he still got to get match fitness and come in. Totally true. Zinchenko would have needed an extra body in the midfield, because these are the kind of games, where you need that extra man in the, in the midfield. But and this is where we also need Zinchenko to actually go through that, inverted thing that
we were inverting with Ben White yesterday, Tony.
Again, it's no guarantee also if you use Zinchenko, because if you use that same tactics, it goes inverted. Then what happens to that left-hand side? Because we all know that Zinchenko can't defend. He's come out publicly to a Man United legend and said publicly that I can't defend. That's a problem. So when you leave him, in that midfield that's already choked, by the way, because they're playing with two defensive midfielders. Yeah, they're playing with two defensive midfielders, Nico and Varela. They choked that midfield, so it's not even going to be it's not going to be a pie in the park. Yeah, if you want to say it in that way, because Zinchenko will still leave that left hand side, and they have fast-paced players. They're fast and they're ready to make use of any space that they got. So even if Zinchenko did play in that matchup, we'll still be screwed at the end of the day. I really think that Kiwior gave his best in that matchup, considering that he's not, a natural left back. I think it was okay in that matchup.
No, Kiwior is the last person I'm going to blame for that result, to be honest with you. But what I did want to say is, it's absolutely peak when we're not having we're not inverting from the left side, but we are inverting from the right. And you saw Ben White go inverted. I have not seen anybody that lost in the midfield in a long, long time. Ben White put in an absolute stinker. He looked completely out of place. I was not, and what have I said over and over and over again? This team cooks when we have our fullbacks overlapping. I think I saw one overlapping run, and for resulting across, that was absolutely dead. So he just looked lost out there, man. And go ahead.
Go on, TJ. Carry on. I was going to get to this, but carry on. Say what you're saying. I'll get to this.
No. And so it's one of those things where Arteta needs to find another way of utilizing his fullbacks instead of constantly having one of them go inverted, especially when that is not their natural play style. Ben White has never been an inverted right back, like ever. He's barely a right back. He just started playing right back last season. Like the guy, he is not going to be an attacking threat in the midfield. He's going to be an attacking threat overlapping, where we have seen him create space for Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, completely dead, completely smothered yesterday. And Kiwior, we've seen what he can do in the midfield, and I don't want to see him anywhere near it. So we got to come up with a different strategy on how to utilize these fullbacks. Maybe overlap both of them. Maybe trust our midfielders to do their job, because right now we have to pack the midfield to get any sort of result, or at least our manager thinks so. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Flawless.
No, that's cool. I just want to get to this. Shout out to Eli every single time. Why do you think?
Real one, Eli, man.
100% proper crook. Shout out to Eli. Why do you think Arteta reverted back to this dead football rather than play the way we've been playing and scoring for fun? We'll go to you first on this, TJ. Why do you think Arteta reverted back to that? Was it the opposition? Was it because he was in the Champions League? Was it?
We gotta respect Porto. To be honest, they were 100. Dude, look, man, and look, I will be the first one. I'll be the first one to throw up my hands and say I disrespected Porto. I didn't know your game. They came out and pressed us and smothered us in the first half. They came out and showed intent. We couldn't hang on to the ball because as soon as one of our guys touched it, they were on it. Man, so we have to respect Porto. They set up very, very well defensively. They knew what we were going to do. They played that double pivot 6 to a T against us, to the point where they held the team with the highest goal differential in the Premier League to 0 shots on target.
Damn.
How can you not rate that? Honestly. I mean, and you could say, like, they're a very, very defensively sound team. And I should have done my research. I should have been a little bit more educated when I talked about these guys, because they embarrassed us and by proxy embarrassed me. So Arteta needs to come up with something a lot different when they come to the Emirates, because they're likely going to play the same way and try to stink it out. They're not going to come into the Emirates being like, oh yeah, we're going to score a bunch of goals. No, we're going to set up defensively. We can play a low block. We've shown we can play a low block with the players that we have and get a result. And they've shown.
Although they did not play a low block.
They didn't play a low block against us, but Tony, what I'm saying is
not even a low block, actually. On a mid block.
I know, but Tony, what I'm saying is that they played that way against us at their home ground. If they play a low block against us, man, they could really lock us down. I'm not going to talk with so much chess when we're talking about them coming to the Emirates, because we were talking with chess this time last year in the Europa League, and Sporting came and educated us in the rain. So I haven't forgotten that, by the way. Brutal. Yeah, I know.
Let me just get to this from Steve as well. He says, big up Strasbourg Steve for the super chat every single time.
For the $499, man. Big ups to you, man.
Big up Steve every single time. He says TJ, I hate.
Big ups, man.
He says, oh yeah, he's a proper man of football, 110%. TJ, I hate, one of the most knowledgeable out here, easily. TJ, I hate Porto, and you somehow showed less respect towards them than I ever have. Laughing emoji. I told you this too.
You want to know why?
He did say this about Porto. He was like, when he's been on the channel, he's like flawless. He was like Porto. He's like they're a good side. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not Gil now. I'm not in the Porto colors like on purpose. This is an accident. This is one of my favorite hoodies. Blue's my favorite color.
Nah, flawless, man. Come on, man. You chose every other day.
Blue is my favorite color.
Come on, bro. I've seen the colors.
I wear blue all the time.
I've seen the colors.
I wear blue all of the time. Why do you think the wall is blue?
I watched your show with the Jamaican guys. Yeah, you've never worn blue. I've never seen you on blue.
I wear blue all
throughout last week, throughout this week. I've never seen you on blue. It is just today, just when Arsenal have lost to FC Porto.
What color is this?
That the blue tops are coming.
What color is this?
Bro,
this is not blue.
Come on, man.
Wait.
Oh my days, guys in the chat.
Is this not blue?
See it? Yeah.
Is this not blue?
Oh my days.
Wait. What color is the t-shirt underneath? Is this not blue?
Just let him be shameless. Let him be shameless, guys. Let him do this, man. See, TJ,
Wait. Is
next
this not
2
blue?
weeks,
Sorry.
That's
my man really likes blue.
We have to cook spoilers for this, man, because it's taking the piss right now,
Well, all the ops are taking the piss, Tony. We just lost,
making us look like complete and absolute donuts on
you
air.
You don't think I was
TJ,
laughing when they dropped the
This is not blue. Or this is not blue. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about?
That looks black.
Oh, jeez, man.
Navy blue.
They're showing us a wardrobe.
This is navy blue.
Bro.
Look, this is navy blue. Huh? What are you talking about?
Oh, my days. Oh, guys. Even guys in the chat, they noticed
Look at this. Huh? Yeah.
Hey, I like the Vans. That's old school.
Yeah. Old school says.
Yeah, exactly. Even in the chat, they're saying it. He never wears blue. Bro, he planned this all together, man. But he's flawless, man. I give it to you, and TJ, I saw the way rival fans were shaking their bums, online, mocking Arsenal. Come on, man. Like, it's shameful.
Well, when to be fair, when Spurs lost to the Wolves, I was laughing. I was literally laughing in all the Tottenham fans' face on my channel. It was fantastic. Flawless is a crook, but he does like blue. Yeah, my man loves blue. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's apart from my football team. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand any team in blue, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? We lose.
Oh my!
Do you have that? Do you have that third kit?
Look at the smirk on Flawless. Look at the smirk on his face. Oh my days. TJ, we better win that
Euro kit that you guys wore in the.
We better win that second leg, man.
I can't remember. No, I don't think I liked it still. I don't think.
You didn't like it? Okay, I thought it was.
Nah,
I thought
blue.
It was
yeah, the last blue kit that Manchester United had that I liked was the Vodafone kit.
RSI.
That's like early 2000.
Big up to you. Give us that super chat. Just came in, bro.
Oh yeah, I get to it now. 1 second. Hey, big up to RS. Big up Sai every single time. He says, "Hi, Flawless. If you can, I want to talk about Arsenal. Is there any chance I could jump in on this discussion? Not on this one, because I got to close out this show shortly because I'm doing NBA tonight. But Sai, as always, call into the fan calling show because you be calling it on a regular basis Monday. So we'll be there Monday. You can talk about it 110% because this show is going to be a shorter one than usual. But big up for the super chat site every single time well. And Warrior J, I will get to this. Well, don't worry, we'll get back to the Arsenal. Let's switch it to Manchester United. Thoughts on Tuchel news, Flawless. Very much like who said this? It was, and sorry again, big up for the super chat. Who said this? So another manager said this recently. Oh, that was it, Mourinho. And I look at it the same. Like, of course, they would love to manage Manchester United. I don't think Tuchel's in as bad of a state, like from a managerial standpoint. He's much more capable of still getting a top job, even though His stint at Bayern Munich's not gone well. It didn't end well at Chelsea, and his stocks are falling. Like Mourinho's stocks are not there in regards to it. He's not getting. I say this all the time. I'm a huge fan of Mourinho. He's my second favorite manager of all time. However, he's not getting a top job. He's not. No top club in Europe is going to get a Mourinho. Real Madrid, Barcelona, at Arsenal, at Manchester United, at Chelsea, at City, Bayern Munich. No, none of them. And Tuchel, him saying, yeah, Manchester United, because we're one of the top clubs who maybe needed a manager soon. So of course he would like to manage Manchester United. What job can Thomas Tuchel go and get right now that's bigger than Manchester United? He's not going to end up at Real Madrid. He ain't going. Does he go to Barcelona? Are Barcelona really going to look at Tommy Tuchel? Probably not. So who else is there? So it's like, yeah, it makes sense.
Well, hey, man, he's still got a big CV, man. He's still got a big
How angry would you be if that actually happened?
He has won the Champions League. He has a big CV. He will still get top jobs. Come on, man. He will. He has a big CV.
That's what I said, Tony. But I'm saying his stocks are falling. So I think his next job, he will get a big job. But I think if he fails there, I think that's it. I don't think he can fail at his next job because it's gone horribly wrong at Bayern Munich, especially if they lose the league to Leverkusen. They don't win any trophies and they lose the league to Leverkusen. That's very damning on his CV as to go to Bayern Munich and you do not win the league. That's like with Poch with the PSG thing. People still bring that up to this day because he went there and didn't win the league. Yeah. So, but yeah, if we got him, I wouldn't be angry, but I'd be disappointed. I'm like, it's just it'd be such an underwhelming appointment and such an obvious appointment.
I feel like it would be the equivalent of the Mason Mount signing.
But again, yeah, if you
that was
look
just straight disappointment.
Poch was the manager for PSG. Poch was the manager for PSG. Yeah, Poch was the manager for PSG. He left PSG. He left PSG, and he got that top job for Tottenham Hotspur. I'm not saying that Spurs is a big team in the grand scheme of things, but again, it's a highly sought after job. Just Mourinho was down there too, right? Top managers have been there. Conte has been there, and Poch was in Tottenham Hotspur, and now he landed that big job at Chelsea Football Club. So, see, it doesn't matter whether you fail or not. If you have a big CV that flatters, and at least I'm very sure that Tuchel does have a CV that flatters in a way, his exploits in Germany before. Let's don't forget that he won. I think he won the German Bundesliga last season, right?
Barely. Yeah.
Barely, right? Yeah. So he still has, a Bundesliga to his CV. He's won the Champions League. Yeah, his stock has fallen. I do get that. But again, I still do think he will get a top job. He will definitely.
Yeah, I agree with you.
TJ, let's don't act as if some Arsenal fans weren't talking about Tuchel coming in when we're talking about replacing Nicola Pepe.
I agree with you.
Arsenal fans that were saying we want Tuchel. So,
no, Tony, what I'm saying is I think his next job.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying mine.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like I think he is a good manager, but his stocks are falling. And if they lose that league title, I think his next job, because he's definitely leaving, if he goes to another big club and he fails, he is going the Mourinho route. In regards to he'll still get jobs because of his CV, but you're not getting no top jobs no more. Like Mourinho, when's the last time? Ironic, I think it was us. Since he's left us, he went to Spurs, then he went Roma, correct? They were his two jobs after us. It's like, that tells you all you need to know. Who would have thought? I was saying that Mourinho would manage Spurs and Roma in his career. No one would ever. If someone would have said that to me, it would have been no chance. But that's just where you're at. Europa League, Conference League. And Tuchel seems to be heading in that direction currently. Because I'm a big fan, especially when he was at Chelsea. I was a big fan of the work and what he did at Chelsea. And then the way they fell off was a little bit, all right, I'm looking at you funny. And then this Bayern Munich thing, that Eric Dyer signing, that's the one. The certain signings I can't get over. Like the certain signings I look at and I go, it's their version of Mason Mount to me. Like the certain signings I might be 50-50 about, but come on, you seen that team and said Eric Dyer is the guy. Out of all the centre backs you could have signed, promote a youth player.
Well, no, they couldn't get a guy. They couldn't get Dragusin away from the Italian league, so they had to go and freaking. And he ended up going to Spurs, which is crazy. That shows you how much Dragusin rated Tuchel at Bayern. Like you couldn't get somebody like Dragusin, a youth player, a guy on his way up who can prove and get a couple of starts at Bayern, but instead you go with Eric Dyer. and you couldn't get this guy across the line, man. It's pretty bad. That's pretty peak for Bayern.
But again, what's with all this guys in the chat?
Yes,
Yeah,
Steve will do it.
shout out
Steve
to
will do it.
Crane, Carl Rossi, Arsenal history, and more. Jezza in the chart, Rosie. Big up to you guys. Of course, I'm multi-streaming, multicasting this from Sarcasm TV. Shout out
Go
to
subscribe
Sarcasm
to Tony
TV.
Claude, Gunner TV. Subscribe to his channel.
Big up to Sarcasm TV.
Subscribe.
See, guys, see, I still do to think that most managers, in the league, in all these top clubs, I'm starting to believe that most of them, their recruitment per se, that even if you might be a good coach, you might just not know how to recruit. Your recruitment might just be so dodgy. Look at Eric Ten Hag for Manchester United. You can't doubt his technicality, but again, he's bad, in using funds to go on a splash. Same thing with Tuchel. What will make you to go bring a Dyer? Come on, man. It doesn't look good. Mikel Arteta, I don't rate the manager, but look at the people he's brought in. Kai Havertz, £65 million. Shocking signings. Fabio Vieira, you don't trust him. You can't bring him into play. You don't trust Emmy Smith Rowe. You don't trust anyone in your team. I don't know. I really haven't really seen a manager, apart from Ancelotti, and maybe a Pep Guardiola, that has gotten it spot on in the last 8-10 years in terms of recruitment while winning trophies for your football club. And I'm just thinking that should start being more of a bigger, requirement when managers are to get jobs. I want to see a manager who also knows the technicality of getting players that you need in your team, spend the money wisely, and also win trophies at the end of the day. It's something very, very difficult to see. Even you, Flawless, you have to admit it. Eric Ten Hag has been a failure in the transfer windows. You have to admit it. He's been a failure. Let's be frank. He's brought in
the crazy part is because people so I'll respond. You know what the crazy part is? I actually don't mind the vast majority of his signings. The problem I have with is the way he's utilized them. Take Onana out, take Mount out, take Anthony out. I have no issue with his signings. His signings are the vast majority of the players I like. Eriksen, Casemiro, Malacia, even though he's been injured all this season, I like last season. Højlund, we've spoke on. Who else? Is that all his signings? Am I missing anybody? Then that's it in regards to permanent. So look at the players I just mentioned. Casemiro and Eriksen are two players I campaign for. Malacia, one of the few players I have no issues with. Højlund, you can see he's just not utilizing him right in regards to and Højlund is now doing more, but he's got
Martinez. Can this player can they get you over the line? Can they get you over the line? It's not about you liking them. It's about can they get you over the line? When you want to win trophies, are they the players to get you over the line? The answer is no.
They can. Yes, they could. Yes, first team and squad players.
How? Yes. How can they?
What? They have to have because they have to have.
Are you telling me that?
I'll explain.
Wait, Florence. Are you telling me that this Manchester United team can win you the league?
Never said that.
Can this current team win you the league?
No.
That's what I mean by getting you over the line, winning trophies.
Yes, but that's what you're mixing two arguments. No. Tony, you're mixing two arguments. We talking about, and you said, can those players get us over the line? I said yes. Then you're talking about
the team. That
the team. Well, okay. So the players that we signed, again, I will repeat this. I don't have too big an issue with. My main issues, and I said it at the start, is the manager and the way he's utilizing them, and the rest of the players that are already here. That's my biggest issue. Do I believe Eriksen can be? So I'll explain. I'll respond to you.
It doesn't matter how you utilize Anthony. Anthony isn't going to give you 20-25 goals in the season. It doesn't matter how you utilize Rasmus. He's not going to give you 30 goals like Haaland is going to give you.
Cool. All right.
No.
What's one of the? Did I not just say I don't like the Anthony signing? Did I not
I'm just saying, man.
No. Hold up. Did I not just say that I don't like the Anthony signing? Did I not just mention?
You said it, but again,
okay. So why? Wait. So why are you mentioning it?
And you said yes.
All right, cool. Yes, to certain players, but you don't like to listen, so it's cool. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to listen, that's fine. If you want to try
No,
this
I'm
dumb
listening to
trolling
you,
thing
man. It's
again, it's
just that
fine.
when I see,
Yeah.
no, you're getting it all wrong. When I talk, when I talk, it takes a second before it gets to you. So I don't know when you stop and start. So that's the
I know there's
problem.
a slight
So it's
delay,
not
but
like I
I
don't
hear
want
what
to
you're
listen to
saying.
you.
What I'm saying, it's a slight delay, but I hear you because you've mixed 3 different arguments because you're not paying attention. I said from the very start, I have an issue. I don't have an issue with the majority of his signings. There's 3 players I don't like: Anthony, Mount, and Onana. So why you're talking to me about Anthony, I have no idea. When I've told you that's one of the players I don't like out of his signings, that makes no sense. That's what I'm talking about. Same way with Mount, same way with Onana. Then you said, can these players, his signings, get you over the line? I said yes. And then you turned around and then asked me and said, can the whole squad? No. Can the whole squad and the managers? No. Do I believe Casemiro and Martinez and Eriksson and Malacia and Højlund in the right setup with better players around them and a better manager around them? Can they get us over the line? Yes. 100%. Yes.
Okay.
I stand by that. And I've been saying this. That I have no issue with these. Like his like when people talk, oh, his talent ID's bad. No. The way he's utilized his signings has been a problem. That's the major issue for me. The way he's utilized Casemiro at his times, the way he's utilized Eriksson at times, not playing him in the 10, Casemiro in a single pivot. Malassi has been injured, so can't really get onto him. Martinez has played most of the time. His offensive signings have been a problem. The way he's used Højlund, I left Højlund out there to starve by himself is the point that I'm making. But hey, we move. But run up the likes, you lot. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Make sure you do so. I do want to get
Thanks,
the thoughts
Rosie.
of you
Rosie
two.
understands. Thanks, Rosie.
Big up to Rosie as well. Big up to Rosie every single time.
Telling him it's a delay. It's not like
the Porto manager
intentionally doing it, but
I know it's a
delay,
slight delay. I know there is a slight delay. To Gil now, we were talking about Ten Hag signing. Sancho wasn't a Ten Hag signing. My connection's moving dodgy.
He wasn't actually.
Yeah. Like
just
to clarify,
you're without
we were
a left back
about
going into that game with Fulham, man. You're without Luke Shaw is injured. Luke Shaw's always injured. There's nothing new.
I think you'll win that, you know.
Are you looking on Lindelof coming in or Amrabat?
Who knows what this guy gonna do? Play Dalot over that side. That's what he should do. Play Dalot left back. We could just play Amrabat right back. Or call up our left back. Call up a youth player. I'm sure there's one there. Or use Dalot over that side and call up a right back. You could do either or. But before we close out, we go get predictions for the man them in regards to this time. We'll go to you, TJ. Can you turn it around?
Newcastle always play us hard. Always play us hard. Pause.
Sorry. I'm asking about Porto before we go to the Newcastle game.
Oh, jeez.
Porto.
Man, come on. Porto. I was done with Porto, bro.
Will you turn it around?
Can we move on? No, I'm just kidding. No, I think we'll get it done. I'm not going to talk with as much chest. We need to see a lot more out of this team, especially at home. I would expect them to be up for it and to not be, not embarrass me, not embarrass the fan base, because we have not. I saw a picture of Bukayo Saka. He was like in the under 8s the last time we advanced in the Champions League, which is embarrassing. So I'm expecting us to get a 2-0 at home. And turn this around and get us into the quarterfinals. Okay. Am I talking with as much chest though? No, I'm not.
First, I'm now onto the Newcastle game. Prediction for that as well.
2-1 to the Arsenal. We have to turn it around again. Here's what I get really worried about is if we drop points to Newcastle, and I'm talking about drawing here too. A draw is as good as a loss on this. We cannot spiral, because as soon as this manager encounters a couple of bad results, it takes a trip to Dubai and to Salt Bay's restaurant to freaking pull us out of it. So hopefully we can avoid all of that and just get a victory at home to Newcastle and turn it around a little bit faster. But yeah.
First. Tony, 2 questions to you. First and foremost, scoreline prediction: Manchester United, Arsenal, Newcastle.
See, man, that's a big one. Yeah, bad blood between these two teams. Yeah, but again, Newcastle away from home, they've been horrible this season, man. At a point in time, in 11 straight games, they didn't win an away game. I think Strasbourg Steve will have the stats for that one because he's a Newcastle fan. But on the road, yeah, Newcastle have been looking, horrible down the road. So, it will be a tightly contested one. But again, Arsenal's at home, and I really want to believe that the manager will give the boys a telling off after that horrible display against FC Porto. I want to see a bounce back in this game, man. But I'll just go with a conservative 2-1 win to the Arsenal. I think we'll get it over the line. I think we'll just get it over the line. Of course, they will try to use this tactics of stifling our midfield, breaking our play. Uh, but again, I don't know. I think Newcastle have a couple of injuries. I'm not sure. I think they have nearly up to 4 injuries also. I'm not sure they have the whole park back together. So let's see what's going to happen. But I fancy Arsenal to win this one. Of course, they know the importance of this one. We have to keep, that chase on Liverpool because, of course, they scraped that win against Luton. So let's see where 2-1 is okay for me, man.
2-1. Okay. And second question: will you get past Porto in the second leg? Will Arsenal get through to the quarterfinals?
See, for some reason, man, if Mikel Arteta doesn't bottle up the tactics, man, I see us winning that game. I know it might look kind of,
That's fair. I agree. I agree with you. I think you get past them.
Kind of overdrawn, might be a long shot, but I think Arsenal will make it. Will make it a difficult one at home. We have the home crowd, we have the home support. We hardly lose at home. We've only lost 1 game. TJ, please quote me if I'm wrong. The charts, please quote me if I'm wrong. Arsenal have only lost 1 game this season at home, and I think that came
in the league,
against West Ham. West Ham has been the only team to beat us this season at home in the Premiership. So, of course, it's the Champions League, different atmosphere, but the atmosphere is back to the Emirates, and Arsenal haven't lost there apart from the game against West Ham. So I want to see a switch in tactics. I want to see Jorginho come into the middle of the park, maybe a Gabriel Jesus in the second half to kind of like glue the play and trying to link up play a little bit. That game might just suit Zinchenko just a little bit because we need an extra man in the middle of the pitch, just an extra man because we do know they will stifle that midfield. We do know they will put 2 defensive midfielders. They will likely go with Varela and Nico in the middle of the park. So they will try to, break play. Mind you, in that game in Estadio de Dragão, Arsenal and Porto only played 15 minutes of the whole 100 minutes that was played here. We only played 50 minutes, which means FC Porto understand the nuances of actually breaking up play. They know that Arsenal tries with mostly progression of the ball, fast play, and fluidity of the whole game. So they're gonna try to actually stifle Arsenal's creative midfielders and creative players. They're gonna double up on our players, both on the left, both on the right. Martinelli has to be spot on when he peaks to hug the touchline and create more, mostly when he's attacking towards the width areas for Arsenal. I want to see that interchangeability, probably maybe between Trossard and any other striker that will be coming in, or any other attacking midfielder that will be coming in. Maybe bring in Kai Havertz in the second half. I want to just see Jorginho start that matchup. Just make it a little bit of a competition in the middle of the park. I see Arsenal winning that game. 2 goes to.
Let's go 2-0.
3 goes to 1. 3 goes to 1.
No.
I don't think to get to extra time. Mind you, there's no
I don't care.
away goal rule in this one. No away goal rules in the matchup. Yeah. So if Arsenal scores, a couple of goals, I think to get us over the line.
We just can't go to penalties. We can't go to penalties.
It can't go to penalties. There'll be goals in that matchup. There'll be goals because I don't really see FC Porto coming out to attack us. I see them instead of keeping a mid block, what they kept in Porto, I think they will go for a low block, and which means try to stifle Arsenal's attack. Mind you, by then Pepe would be 41 years old. So let's see if our attackers can actually put the stick on a 41-year-old. How about that? Yeah? How about that? So let's go for it, guys. Let's go for it.
That's all good. Love to everyone that's locked in. Shorter show than usual because we are getting over to the playback for NBA watch along people. So go to www.playback.tv/Sarcasm City TV. The game's already started. It is Dallas Mavericks versus Phoenix Suns. So as soon as I end the stream, heading over to the playback, I drop the link in the chat. I will drop the link in the chat again. If you have an NBA League Pass, people, you can use that to watch along with us people on there. And if you join the membership at the highest level, I will give you a League Pass for the rest of the month and the month of March as well, people. Link for that's in the pinned comment as well. So be heading over there. But this show you get every Thursday, normally at midnight, people. We went slightly earlier because of the game, and I know TJ and Tony had a lot to discuss, but big up TJ. Make sure you subscribe to TJ Warren TV. Big up Tony. Make sure you subscribe to Tony Claude Gunner TV. Like I said, get over to the playback, people. But run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule here. Let you know all the shows that are indeed coming up. But I'll get the game. Yes, the game has tipped off. So I'll be heading over there. Hopefully see all of you lot on the playback. But big up to everyone that's locked in. This has been the Manchester United Arsenal show. Man United podcast. Gonna talk from the Arsenal podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up.
Peace.